Hi friends, and welcome. This is a beginner strength exercise video, and this is for anyone with osteoporosis or low bone mass who wants to learn how to begin strength training with weights. It's also for anyone that is interested in learning how to become stronger. I'm Dr. Lisa, physical therapist and osteoporosis exercise specialist. And if you're new here, I would be very honored if you would subscribe to my channel and or share this video if you like it. Chances are, if you were looking for something like this, there are thousands of other people looking for it also. And every time you interact here, it tells the algorithm to help show this video to others. And for that, I thank you. All right, so we're going to do a strength training program. This is video number 2 of 2. The first one complements this one. They do different muscle groups. So these two videos work well together so that you could do video 1 on Monday, video 2 on Tuesday, and if you wanted, you could repeat that again later in the week. So each video could be done once or twice a week. Just choose the opposite video the next time that you do one. All right, let's get started. You're going to need a dumbbell, and you can start very light. If you're brand new to this, you can use 2 soup cans. You can use 2 small water bottles. You don't have to start with a heavy weight. You need to learn the motion and do it correctly, and then you can begin to add weight as you go. The first exercise we're doing is a hinging maneuver, because this is vital for anyone with osteoporosis. We need to know how to hinge. The exercise itself is called the deadlift, but don't be scared by that. And I want you to know how you know that you're doing it right is if you put a dowel on your back and it's touching your hips and it's touching your upper back, and maybe it can touch your head, but it doesn't have to. If you bend the hips slightly back and slightly down and bend the knees, this is hinging at the hip joint. And so that's the motion we're going for. So you may test this first with your broomstick and make sure that you're hinging correctly. And the deadlift, the hips go back, 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 and the knees bend slightly. And my arms will come straight down and straight up. So if you watch my hand's not moving this way. It's not moving out. It's coming straight to my toes and straight up. My hips are going back, 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 back. My spine is still straight and in alignment. So the difference, a squat, the butt goes down. A deadlift, the butt goes back and the shoulders come down. Just be sure when you do this that you don't do this. We don't want to see this rounding of the upper back. So I always cue, if there's a light in the center of your chest, lift your heart light up. And you can lift your heart light up, but your shoulders can still come down because we're bending here. All right, practice that hinge a few times if you need to. Grab your smallest weight or no weight. And the deadlift looks like this. Hands come straight down loosely by the toes. My weight is even on both feet. I press through the floor. I come up to tall and I squeeze my buttocks as I come to the top. Hips go back, knees bend just slightly, hands come straight down, press through the floor, come back to the top. So if you feel like you have that motion, you can grab your dumbbells, your soup cans, your water bottles, whatever it is. We keep the arms pretty relaxed here. Start with a big heart. Think about that heart light staying up. Notice my hands are really close to my knees and shins. I'm in this long spine position. Press through the feet. Stand up. There's number 1. We're going for 10. Reach back. Press up. 2. 3. You shouldn't feel like you're really moving your arms at all. 4. You shouldn't feel like you're sitting, like you're going to sit on the toilet. 5. Your hips should be reaching back. 6. Allow the shoulders to come down. 7. 8. Nice work, you guys. Keep that heart light up. 9. 10. Good work. Now, it's really important to learn how to do a deadlift, because when you pick something up off the floor, you need to be in this position. You need to have those hips way back and that straight spine, because we don't want to pick something up off the floor with that curved back like you see on me. So getting strong doing a deadlift is a great thing for your everyday function in life. Now we're moving to a push-up. In video 1, we did a pulling motion. This is the counter to that. We're doing a pushing motion. And if you're not doing push-ups, you're not getting on and off the floor, I recommend everybody start with a wall push-up. If you feel like you can do more and you want to do a knee push-up or regular one, you can. But I wouldn't consider that a beginner move. So wall push-up, feet are hip width apart. What I see people do when they cheat is they keep their butt back. I want your hips leaning forward so that there's a straight line from shoulders to hips to ankles. And keep that line perfectly straight as you bend your elbows, allowing your head to come close to the wall, and then push away. 2, 3, keep that body nice and straight, belly button squeezing into the spine. 4, 5, give me 3 more if you can. 6, 7, 8. Excellent. So we did a pushing motion. In video 1, we did a pulling motion to balance that out. All right. In video 1, we did some chair stands. We're doing a different version of that today that's going to highlight one leg more than the other. So in this position, I'm sitting at the front of my chair and I have my feet offset. So you can see the toes of one foot are about even with the heel of the other foot. Now you can keep your dumbbells up at your chest, or you can do this without dumbbells at all. So this is going to accent the back leg. The back leg has to do more work. So we begin to get a little bit of that more biased effort and strengthening on the back side. So heart up nice and tall. We hinge forward at the hips, press through that back foot, come all the way to standing, reach those hips back as we sit back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, we're trying for 8, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Guess what? We have to do the same thing on the other side. You guessed correctly. All right, so I've got the toes of one foot even with the heel of the front foot, still holding my weights up. Again, you can do this with no weights. That's absolutely fine. Okay, press through that back foot as we lean forward. Remember, we're leaning forward. We're not doing this. Keep that heart up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. All right. So got some targeted leg work in that routine. Really focusing on one leg over the other. That single leg strength work, really, really valuable. Next up, we're going to do a lateral raise. So I'll have my feet hip width apart. I'm going to bring the weights, soup cans, water bottles together in front of me. I have my elbows soft. I have my heart open. And we're going to bring my wings out. Notice elbows are slightly bent and hands are no higher than my shoulders. And that's the key. I don't want you raising your arm out here with the palm down because that can get pinchy in the shoulder. But we're working this upper arm area, this deltoid, the muscle that attaches to the bone in the upper arm, to try to stimulate that upper arm bone to be stronger. Okay, big heart, shoulders back, hands together in the front, knees are bent, belly is squeezing inward. Here we go, soft elbows right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. All right, I'm going to set my weights down. The last exercise in this routine is a lateral lunge. So in the brick house bone style, in the method that I teach for preventing fractures and being strong, is to work lateral movements frequently, because these side to side movements help us to prevent falls to the side. And falls to the side, onto our side, are the more common ways that someone will have a hip fracture. So that's why I do that. So for our lunges, you center your feet together. We're going to step out onto one leg, bending that knee. This knee stays straight. I want you to pay attention to that, because I see everybody will do lots of funky things with the back leg. It doesn't need to do anything but stay straight. All the weight goes on this leg. Push off and come back. We go to the other leg. All the weight's on this leg. This leg is straight. Push off and come back. So it's going to look like this as a lateral lunge. Notice the feet are still pointed straight ahead. Notice that I'm not bending forward. I'm not getting down like this. Staying up pretty straight as I do that. Keep that big heart. Now, for those of you that this is an entirely brand new move, do not do it with weights. If you're interested in combining this move, if you've done a lateral lunge before and you want to add a little extra spice to it, this is how I would do it. Lunge, curl, release, step together. So join me. We're going to do 8, so 4 on each side, with or without weights. Do it your way, what works best for you. We're going to start going the other way. Lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Added that twist in there just to keep it interesting. I like to do combined movements. We get more bang for our buck when we do that. More effort gets our heart rate up a little bit. Not that that's the important part. Strength training with osteoporosis is about being specific and intentional and mindful in our movements. It doesn't have to be quick transitions, just trying to get the heart rate up. But we do want to work at a level of intensity that we're challenging ourselves. But this is a good place to start to get the foundation that you need. All right, for those of you that are tired and you've had enough with that one round, take the next round out. You can call yourself done. As you get stronger, you'll be able to move on to this second round. So for those of you that like, that was great, but I think I've got one more round in me, then let's go. We're going to do one more round of these exercises and solidify it for you. So weights in the front, big heart. We're doing deadlifts here. Feet are just a tiny bit wider than the hips. Big heart. Reach those hips back. Arms come straight down. Press through the feet up to standing. Squeeze the glutes. Reach the hips back. Lower the hands. I'm just mid-shin on those dumbbells. There's number 2. Keep that big heart. No hump in that back. Shine your heart light up. And as you reach those hips back, you should feel a little tension in your hamstrings and the muscles in the backs of your thighs. Squeeze up to tall. I think this is number 6. Good. 2 more. 7. 8. Good. If you have a mirror and you can check and see how your spine looks in that position, that's a great idea. Or if someone can take a picture or photo of you, if you're not sure if it looks right, send it to me. I'll tell you. Okay. Hands on the wall for our wall push-ups. Remember, we don't want the hips to be out. We want those hips forward in that nice straight line, and keep it there. Don't let that move. Notice my toes. Your heels can come up off the ground. Your heels can pivot up as you come forward. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8. Now know, the closer you are to the wall, the easier it is. The further away you get, the harder it is. And eventually, we'll make our way back down to the floor. We can do a version on our knees, but that gives us the strength to push up from the floor anytime that we're down there. And that's something that we lose over the years if we don't train it. All right, this time I'm going right foot back first. Toes and heel are at even set there. Weights on the chest. Lift up that heart. Keep that heart lifting as you bring it forward and up. 1, 2, you're pushing through the back leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Let's do the other leg back. Left leg this time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, if you're feeling leg fatigue, that's good. 5, 6. I'm going to make a comment. Notice my knee kind of waver a little bit. You want to keep that knee on top of that ankle. 7, 8. That was me not paying close enough attention, and I could see that in my mirror, that my knee was wanting to waver in. So if you notice as you're doing that, that knee turns inward, push it back out. As we're doing squats or sit to stands, knees should be out, not coming together. That's weakness here, or just not paying attention. So keep those knees out over the toes when you're squatting or doing sit to stands. All right, now we're doing our lateral flies for our shoulders. Feet are hip width apart. Belly button is engaged towards the spine. We have a big heart, soft elbows, not straight. Fly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. All right, we're finishing up with the last exercise on round 2, our lateral lunges or our lunges with a bicep curl. And we're going for 8. Lunge, curl, lower, return. 1, curl, lower. 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're staying up tall. 5. Good job, everybody. 6, 7. Last one. 8. Excellent work. Really proud of you for showing up here today, for giving this a try, for knowing that you need strength in your life. Again, this is a routine that you could do once or twice a week. With video 1, you could also do once or twice a week. That's a great foundation to begin strength training with weights. And as you build from there, then you can do some of the more dynamic videos that I share on my channel. But you will absolutely feel a difference once you can do 3 rounds of that exercise and you're not having any fatigue, and we're doing about 8 reps, it'll be time to start to increase the weights as you're more confident with the movements. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.